It was an expensive mistake that Nafisa committed, and she realized it only when the water had risen above the head. Soon Hemant's true colors were out in the open. Hemant started torturing Nafisa for money because he knew that she had a lot of it already. Initially, Nafisa did not mind much and gave him the money whenever he asked. The demands were not too hard for Nafisa to meet. It was after some time that Hemant's demands escalated to the extent that Nafisa could not afford to make him happy. The situation started getting tougher for Nafisa as she started running out of money. Hemant had taken away all of Nafisa's savings. Nafisa was offended with the manner in which she was being exploited. She decided to put a stop to Hemant's habit. And how? She refused to shell out money. She even stopped hanging out with him, but Hemant's torture persisted. Hemant, who initially asked for the money, was now blackmailing Nafisa for it. The monster started to threaten Nafisa that he would disclose their intimate photos to her husband, Uday Kumar. Nafisa knew that she would be in some deep trouble if he did what he intended on doing. Nafisa was horrified. She was helpless. She feared her reputation would be ruined. However, it was too late for her to do anything. Nafisa had to obey Hemant Kumar. She used to arrange for money with great difficulty every time Hemant demanded for it. Hemant assaulted her frequently in an inebriated state, and the beast had now started to also sexually harass her. All through the torture, Nafisa kept mum. She neither talked to her husband, nor did she ask anyone for help. Nafisa was in troubled waters. Hemant would call her in the middle of the night and asked her to come over and spend time with him. When she told him that she couldn't, he continued to threaten her. Nafisa didn't know what to do. On one side, there was Hemant, who was making her life a living hell. And on the other, there was her husband Uday, who had started doubting her fidelity. Which husband would stay mum when his wife walked out in the middle of the night? The torture was too much for Nafisa to bear, and she finally decided to put an end to it. She could have told the truth to her husband Uday and asked him to sort things out for her. But she decided to do things herself. She decided to turn criminal. On July 31st, like every other day, Hemant called Nafisa and asked her to meet him immediately. He said that he wanted to discuss something very important. Left with no option, Nafisa had to go and see him. However, she had a plan in mind. Around 11:30 a.m., Nafisa met Hemant near the ground level water tank in Vijayanagar. A bandh was declared on that day because of the increasing rapes and sexual assaults on women that were coming to light in Bengaluru. Hemant never anticipated that he would die on the same day. What an irony indeed. Before she left from her house, Hemant had also asked Nafisa to bring her car. Accordingly, she drove all that way in a maroon color Maruti Alto. When Nafisa met Hemant, he sat inside the car and the duo drove towards Basavangudi. When they reached Basavangudi, Hemant asked Nafisa to wait outside a hotel for some time because he said that he had a meeting to attend. Hemant returned to the car at around 2:15 p.m. and both of them decided to have lunch together. They were quite unfortunate on the fateful day because all the hotels in the vicinity were closed because of the bandh. The duo then decided to head towards Ramnagara, hoping to get some food on the way. they found a dhaba there. While Nafisa parceled a plate of chicken biryani, Hemant decided to pick a beer for himself. After taking the food and alcohol, they headed towards Madhu. Both of them ate food inside the car and Hemant started sipping his beer. Hemant got drunk in just a matter of a few minutes. He started blabbering things to himself. At Madhu, Nafisa asked Hemant what he wanted to discuss, but he was not in the state to talk any sense anymore. But he continued to drive. Nafisa was tired and eventually fell asleep. At around 8:30 p.m., when Nafisa woke up, they had reached Hunsur already. Hemant called his friend Raghu and asked him to arrange for a place to stay and some food to eat. Raghu met Hemant and Nafisa and took them to the nearby lodge, Jungle Residency. Upon reaching the lodge, Hemant was already drunk, picked up a fight with the lodge management over the cost of the room. He even smashed a beer bottle on the floor during the brawl.
ಅವರಿಬ್ಬರು ಬಂದು ರೂಮ್ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರು, ರೂಮ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಬ್ಯಾಗೆಲ್ಲ ತಗೋಗಿ ರೂಮ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಮಡಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಕೆಳಗಡೆಗೆ ಬಂದೆ. ಫುಲ್ ಡ್ರಿಂಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ, ನಮ್ಮ ಕ್ಯಾಶಿಯರ್ ಇವರೆಲ್ಲ ಊಟ ಮಾಡ್ತಾಯಿದ್ರು. ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ ಬರೀರಿ ಅಂತ ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ ಬರೋಕ್ಕೆ ಬುಕ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಾಗ ನಮಗೆ ಹಂಗೆ ಹಿಂಗೆ ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಬರ್ತಿದ್ದೋ, ಆಗಾಗ ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ ಏನು ಕೊಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಅಂದರು. ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ಈಗ ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ ಕೊಡಲೇಬೇಕು, ಇದರಿಂದ ಆರ್ಡ್ರ್ ಆಗೈತೆ ಅಂತ ಅಂದು, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಕೊಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂಕ ಬೈಕೋ ಹೋದ್ರು. ಗೇಟ್ ಹತ್ರಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋದ್ರು. ಬ್ಯಾಗ ಕಾರ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಹಾಕಪ್ಪ ಅಂದರು. ತಂದು ಹಾಕೊಟ್ಟು ಗೇಟ್ ತೆಗಿಯಪ್ಪ ಅಂದರು. ಗೇಟ್ ತೆಗ್ದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಅಲ್ಲೋದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಬಾಯಿ ಬಂದಂಗೆ ಫುಲ್ ಡ್ರಿಂಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ, ಬಾಯಿ ಬಂದಂಗೆ ಹೋದ್ರು. ಇಬ್ಬರಲ್ಲೂ ಡ್ರಿಂಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದರು.
The manager at the lodge refused to give them a room and Hemant and Nafisa were forced to return to Bengaluru. As Hemant was inebriated, Nafisa took over the steering wheel and started driving the car.
ಅವರಿಬ್ಬರಲ್ಲೇನು ಕಿತ್ತಾಡಿದ್ರು ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಇಲ್ಲೇನು ಕಿತ್ತಾಡಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅವರು. ಅವರಿಬ್ಬರಲ್ಲಿ ಕಿತ್ತಾಡಿ ಫುಲ್ ಡ್ರಿಂಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದರು ಮಾತ್ರ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ನಮಗೆಲ್ಲ ಬೈಕೊಂಡು ಹೋದ್ರು. ಪುನಃ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ರೋಡ್ ಸೈಡ್ಗೆ ಹೋದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಹಂಗೆ ಕೆಟ್ಟಾಗೆಲ್ಲ ಬೋದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಹೋದಾಗ ಸ್ಪೀಡಾಗಿ ಹೋಗಿದ್ದು, ಪುನಃ ವಾಪಸ್ ಹೋದರು. ಇನ್ನು ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ನಮಗೆ ಹಂಗೆ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಬಾರೋ, ಚಪ್ಪಲಿ ಹೊಡಿತೀನಿ ಹಂಗೆ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಅಂತ ಬೋದ್ರು. ಲೇಡಿನೂ ಬೈತಾಯಿದ್ರು. ಅವ್ರು ಅದೇ ಇವರು ಆ ಕಡೆ ಕೂತಿದ್ರು ಲೇಡಿ, ಅವರೇನು ಮಾತಾಡಿ ಈ ಕಡೆ ಅವರು ಡ್ರೈವರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರಲ್ಲ, ಅವ್ರ ಜೊತೆ ಬಂದಿದ್ದರು. ನೈಟು 9:30 10 ಗಂಟೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಿದ್ರು. ಇಲ್ಲಿ 1 ಗಂಟೆ ಟೈಮು ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಇದ್ರು. ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಕೂತಿದ್ರು ಜಗಳ ಆಡ್ಕೊಂಡು. ನಾವು ರೂಮ್ ಕೊಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ವಾಪಸ್ ಕಳಿಸ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು.
Hemant started tormenting Nafisa again while driving the car. He started abusing her and kept touching her inappropriately. Already dejected, Nafisa was now furious. It was as if she had decided to get rid of Hemant once and for all.
From there he came to Hunsur, where he opted for a hotel where he could not get a room. On their way back, Nafisa, who was already too much harassed by Mr. Hemant Kumar, decided to kill him on the spot. Somewhere near Bilikere, when he had gone for a toilet, while coming back he could not sit in the car properly. In the halfway till the Nafisa immediately put her leg on the accelerator and the vehicle speeded up, and that's how he came probably under the car. He had a lot of injuries, and because of injuries he died immediately on the spot.
When they came around 15 kilometers away from Hunsur, Hemant asked Nafisa to stop the car as he wanted to answer nature's call. Nafisa pulled over near Belikere on the Hunsur-Mysore highway. The clock had struck 10:45 p.m.
ಈ ಲಾಡ್ಜ್ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಸರ್ವೇ ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯ. ಇದು ಅವತ್ತೇನಾಗಿತ್ತು ಅಂದರೆ ಇವರಿಬ್ರು ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಿಂದ ಬಂದು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಲಾಡ್ಜ್ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಗಲಾಟೆ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ವಾಪಸ್ ಹೋಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವತ್ತು ರಾತ್ರಿನೇ ಯಾರೋ ಫೋನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು, ಈ ಥರ ಆಕ್ಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಯಾರೋ ಸತ್ತೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಡೇ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತು ಇದು ಆಕ್ಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಇದು ಮರ್ಡರ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದು ಅಂತ. ಅದಾದ 4-5 ದಿನ ಆದಮೇಲೆ ಲೇಡಿನ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಬಂದು ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಸ್ಟೇಷನ್ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ರು.
Hemant stepped out of the car and suddenly Nafisa felt that this was a perfect opportunity to put her plan to action. All her suppressed disappointment had now turned into mad fury. As soon as Hemant started walking towards the car and tried to sit inside, Nafisa stepped on the accelerator. Hemant was halfway inside the car. His left leg was getting viciously rubbed against the rough tar road. Hemant started shouting in pain. He asked Nafisa to stop the car, but instead Nafisa drove. She drove as fast as she could. Hemant realized that his moment of death had neared. Nafisa, in a fit of frenzy, kept on driving the car. Nafisa was avenging all the insult, injustice and pain she had sustained till then. Hemant lost his grip and came directly under the front wheel of the car. In a flash, he was dead.
ಅವನು ರೀಸರ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಕುಪ್ಪೆ ಕೊಳಗಟ್ಟದ ಹತ್ರ ನಿಲ್ಲಿಸು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ ಗಾಡಿ ನಿಲ್ಲಿಸಿದಾಳೆ ಇವಳು. ಇವನು ರೀಸರ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ವಾಪಸ್ ಬರೋಷ್ಟರಲ್ಲಿ ಗಾಡಿನ ಆಲ್ಟೋ ಕಾರ್ನ ಮೂವ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾಳೆ. ಇವನು ಓಡ್ ಬಂದು ಡೋರ್ ಹಿಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕಾರ್ ಹತ್ತಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಿದ್ದಾನೆ. ಸಡನ್ನಾಗಿ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಹಾಕಿ ಪುನಃ ಮೂವ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾಳೆ. ಅವ್ನು ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಬಿದ್ದಿದ್ದಾನೆ. ಬಿದ್ದಾಗ ತಲೆಗೂ ಏಟಾಗಿದೆ ಮತ್ತು ಕಾಲೆಲ್ಲ ತರ್ಚೋಗಿದೆ. ಕೆಳಗೆ ಬಿದ್ದಾಗ ಹಿಂದುಗಡೆ ಚಕ್ರನ ಅವನ ಮೇಲೆ ಹಚ್ಚಿದ್ದಾಳೆ. ರಿಪ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪೂರ್ತಿ ಕಟ್ಟಾಗಿ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಸತ್ತೋಗಿದ್ದಾನೆ.
ಸರ್, ಇದು ಹುಣಸೂರು ನಾಗರಹೊಳೆ ಈ ಕಡೆ ಇದು ರೆಸಾರ್ಟ್ಗಳು,
ಈ ರೆಸಾರ್ಟಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ವೀರನಸಳ್ಳಿಲಿ 3 ರೆಸಾರ್ಟ್ ಇದೆ. ಕಾಡು ಪಕ್ಕದಲ್ಲೇ ಇದ್ರೂ ಯಾವುದೇ ಕ್ರಮ ತಗೊಂಡಿಲ್ಲ. ಈ ಕಾಡು ಪಕ್ಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ರೆಸಾರ್ಟ್ ಇರಬಾರ್ದು ಅಂತಿದೆ. ಆದರೆ ಇದು ಮಾಮೂಲಿ ದಂಧೆಗೋಸ್ಕರನೇ ರೆಸಾರ್ಟ್ಗಳನ್ನ ಓಪನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
After driving over him, Nafisa stopped to look back at Hemant. At a distance, Hemant's body lay still. After confirming him to have breathed his last, Hemant drove towards Bengaluru and reached the city at around 1:15 a.m.
Nafisa, who had already decided to kill him, did not stay back for giving her any medical treatment. She took her car and she went back to Bangalore. She has already been arrested and she is in the JC right now.
So what is the background of Nafisa? How she is?
No, look, we had not gone into the background or character of any of the victim or accused or anybody in this case. We have limited our investigation to the real facts which has happened on the day of the murder.
Nafisa was so shocked after the crime she committed that she did not inform her husband or anyone else about the incident. She went home and fell asleep, but Nafisa could not hide the crime for too long.
I told you when they had come to Hunsur along with this lady.
What was the clue she left?
No, I mean we knew. I mean when we inquired about the Hemant Kumar's background, we realized that he has good contact with Nafisa. So that's where we wanted to inquire where she was on that night, and luckily we could find that she is the same girl who had come with him on that night.
After admitting to the crime she committed, she handed over the Samsung Windows phone and the Nokia E71 which belonged to Hemant to the cops. They were left in Nafisa's car. The cops have apprehended Nafisa and remanded her to judicial custody. It is ironic that a married woman got carried away so easily. It took her time to learn Hemant's true colors. But when she did, could she not have taken help from her husband or the cops? Did she have to take the law in her own hands? We wonder what runs in such people's minds. Ram for News 9, Mysore.